Hey y'all, what's good? What's going on with you this day or even wherever you're watching it? I appreciate y'all tuning in, and for another episode of what used to be the political chop shop. Now it's now the principled statesman. I decided to change the name theme a little bit because you know, fresh idea, right? This is still in its infancy, and there'll be still some changes, but I think we'll stick with this name because it kind of fits my demeanor. Um, the idea came about earlier today, and you know, a pastor ended up saying, "Hey, you talk like a statesman when you're when you're at the pulpit earlier today." I'm like, okay, I can go at that, and it's been going through my head all day. I was like, principled statesman just came out of nowhere. So here we are. Here I am. Y'all know I am Roderick Threets, and you are watching and listening to the principled statesman here. Now we're going to get into something that's quite interesting today, and it's going to prove a point that when you lie, when you constantly tell lies, they always catch up with you. My mom always used to say, you keep lying, your lies will catch up with you. And they have in many different ways for these people. And I don't know when they're going to quit lying on people, especially young kids, about things that are inherently false, right? But before we get started into all this, what I'd like to do is have you go ahead and click the like, the subscribe, leave a comment on this video, um, because it's very important that we get these messages out here. I also want to go ahead and refer you over to, if you haven't yet, go ahead and check out our Patreon page. You can donate via PayPal or over at Buy Me a Coffee. All contributions obviously go towards me staying up and going and be able to market and push this out, etc. And it also helps to keep operation going. So, I can keep bringing you guys quality content with my opinions, etc. So, make sure you run over there, donate.bpmg.us. You'll see that the rolling chyron at the bottom down there. It's donate.bpmg.us. So what I want to get into is the media has always tried to assassinate political opponents, now more than ever. We've seen them tell the lies on different politicians like a Mike Lee or Rand Paul or Mitch McConnell's always in the media. They're always saying stuff about him, and we've gotten down to where it's basically anybody that is on the other side of the paradigm, right? On the right side of the paradigm, where they decide they're going to focus their anger and anguish at, right? And the masses jump in and help them, or is it vice versa? Either way, it doesn't matter. These people are very biased and they're very dishonest in their journalism. And again, when you lie on people, it comes back to bite you in the backside. So with that, let's get into the first story we got going on here. As we see the CNN settlement, if we go back, we think about Nicholas Sandmann, and if you haven't seen the previous video I did about Nicholas Sandmann, and Cal Rittenhouse, go ahead and check that out. I'll probably put that somewhere on the video right about here somewhere. So make sure you check that out. But we know CNN settled their settlement with Nicholas Sandmann for undisclosed. I think it was like $250 million, something like that, some huge astronomical number. But I mean, you have a 17-year-old millionaire now, right? I mean, it's completely, utterly crazy. And then we also have the Washington Post. They settled their lawsuit also with Nicholas Sandmann at the tune of $250 million. So this kid is sitting on literally $500 million, and he's not even 21 yet. $500 million, all because people tell willful lies, and they don't care. It's like they don't care. They think you're just immune from prosecution of libel and things like that, right? We see situation with Kyle Rittenhouse, where L. Lynn Wood is going to sue Joe Biden for having him in that ad about white supremacy. And that's in another video too. I'll probably pop that up here also. But if not, you can go back and look at it, and you'll see how Joe Biden put Kyle's Rittenhouse image in a video, in a campaign video, to say that he's a white supremacist, right? I mean, this is just completely. These people are completely like have lost their mind when it comes to this, right? But lo and behold, something dramatic happened the other day. A federal judge denies New York Times, Rolling Stone, ABC, and CBS motion to dismiss Nick Sandmann's defamation lawsuit. So they're trying their best to get away with libel on BS grounds. Let's read the story real quick. Out of the Blaze, 4 major media companies asked the court to dismiss defamation lawsuits filed by Nicholas Sandmann. On Thursday, a federal judge in Kentucky denied the dismissal motions by the New York Times, Rolling Stone, ABC, and CBS. The media companies argued that their stories written about the former Covington Catholic high school kid didn't amount to defamation. The district court judge rejected those arguments, greenlighting Sandmann's defamation suits to continue. Make that a little bigger for you guys so you can actually see that. There we go. The basis of Sandmann's lawsuit against the Times is that the paper published a news article that stated Sandmann blocked activist Nathan Phillips at the Lincoln Memorial on January 18, 2019. The Times claimed that Sandmann prevented Phillips' retreat while Nicholas and a mass of other young white boys surrounded, taunted, jeered, and physically intimidated Phillips. Sandmann's legal team contend that Phillips' statements were false and defamatory. Sandmann's attorneys argued that the media companies failed to engage in basic journalistic due diligence, which would have revealed Phillips' lack of credibility. Attorneys for Sandmann also pointed out that the media outlets ignored all the available footage from the incident, which showed the full context of the confrontation and disapproved Phillips' claims. In the motion to dismiss, the Times argued that its article was a standard piece of investigative journalism and therefore not libelous. CBS argued that the statements at issue cannot be libelous because the publications in full included statements more favorable to Sandmann's views of the events. Senior Judge William O. Bertelsmann of the United States District Court for Eastern District of Kentucky rejected the dismissal motion, saying that the media outlets should have vetted for accuracy before publishing the articles. Under Kentucky law, a writing is defamatory if it intends to, 1, bring a person into public hatred, contempt, or ridicule, 2, cause him to be shunned or avoided, or 3, injure him in his business or occupation. The allegations of the complaint fit this definition precisely, Bertelsmann wrote. Defendant published a statement by Phillips that was made after Sandmann had departed for home, a statement to which Sandmann had no opportunity to reply in real time. While Sandmann had such an opportunity later, and such evidence might be admissible to show lack of malice, it is not a defense to the defamatory meaning of Phillips' original statement itself. Now, I like this law. This law is straight because that it's common sense, right? It's common sense law, people. You know what I mean? And you can't walk around here and smear people for clickbait or for money, right? Or for whatever gain you get from it. It's unethical. Right, especially coming from a media outlet, it's unethical, right? They're supposed to bring us the truth. As we know, they don't bring us the truth. The media just straight up lies about everything under the sun, right? Everything. They literally lie about everything, and they don't hide it well. They really don't hide it well. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, they even have problems retracting stories, or they'll rewrite headlines, They make it look like, oh, we didn't say it that way. We meant to say it this way. And we all know what they meant when they originally wrote the article. I mean, you can go on archive.org and look at all this stuff, right? But the bottom line is that the principles of journalism, right? The principles of journalism is to be honest, fair, and balanced. The media hasn't been that, and we've seen that here with Nicholas Sandmann. We're going to see it with Kyle Rittenhouse, right? They're about to take these guys to the cleaners, because of lies, and these are egregious lies that these people are telling. And the whole thing needs to be shook down, shook out, and thrown on the ground, right? Because you know what? You wouldn't want someone to label you a certain way, and you're not that way. And we see that in our society, right? In this cancel culture society, that's what we see. They want to smear everybody, so it's not a particular person, so no one will come after them. But what they don't know is that's still in itself slanderous. Right? I mean, we hear, oh, the MAGA crowd are racist, or the MAGA crowd is white nationalist, right? All these defamatory, names that the media has propagated for people to latch on to use to continue pushing the media's narrative, right? I always say, and I'll always ask people, why would you submit to a system that is corrupt and be their servant as they usher out unprincipled justice on people? Why would you be a part of that? Like, literally, why would you be a part of that? Because then if the shoe's on the other foot, you would be mad if someone labeled you as such, right? As whatever. You'd be completely upset. So again, why would you do that to someone else? The media doesn't like dissent. The left does not like dissent of their ideas, right? And that's kind of what we're seeing here. When something completely counters their narrative, they hide, tuck tail, and run is what they do. And not specifically in that order, right? And these lawsuits are going to bring them to the carpet and make them stand accountable for their actions. Maybe they'll straighten up, because I don't know people that can just hand out $250 million on the jump. Who has that kind of cash? Who has that kind of cash? I don't. And I know a lot of companies don't have that kind of cash. No matter how big the company is, you're just not going to have that laying around to hand to people. You know what I mean? I mean, it makes no sense. It literally makes no sense why people would do this and risk being sued and then set precedent to be sued for these things. I mean, so really, in essence, they're looking out for themselves instead of everybody else in the industry as a whole. Because I mean, this is an indictment on the whole industry. That first lawsuit by Sandmann that he won against CNN, and then the one he won against the Washington Post, is an indictment of the media. They've indicted the whole media by their lies. So now hopefully the other media companies scramble and be like, hey, we can't do this no more. Hey, we can't, do whatever. Maybe it'll clean up. Maybe it won't. It's not for me to judge. I can hope so. Right. But at the same time, it's folks like me that do this and bring it to you raw commentary, just like it's written, and give you the facts. And, it's going to be up to us, the citizen journalists, to bring you this stuff, from a different perspective, or even the true perspective, right? Trying to be fair and balanced, right? And be principled about the whole thing, because there's a lot of people out here like principles. So, again, hopefully good luck to Nicholas Sandmann in this future case. Kyle Rittenhouse, good luck to you also with this defamation case coming up also. And I just hope the media learns their lesson through all this, and hopefully never do this again. So, if you don't mind, go ahead and drop a like, subscribe, and share this video on social media. I greatly appreciate it. And also, make sure if if you're not signed up for the Patreon, etc., make sure you go over to donate.bpmg.us. So until next time, folks, y'all stay well, be blessed, and we'll catch y'all again another time.